I just really do not miss. Listen, guys, if there's two things I know how to do. It's one, find the money, and two, get a big girl in the crib. You hear me? Let me scratch that. Not even just big girls, all girls. You hear me? But hey, we love them. You hear me? Come on, bring it in. Listen, family. Tesla snatching out the bando. We about to give a little coverage on that bad boy. Got a little update with our AMC. Something interesting that I found that I did not specifically know. I knew that there was one form, didn't know there's another. Market makers are losing their grip. We can tell by the price movement, things that I'm seeing with the charts. Of course, we're going to go over that. But first, let's tap down this. Obviously, Coinbase and Binance under firepower. Hey, listen. Q, XRP. You hear me? I'm just saying something's going on. And like I said, guys, if you're in the crypto market and you have your money, you have your crypto, your money, your assets, your investments sitting on an exchange, you're going to learn a lesson. Not your keys, not your crypto. You should be investing. And of course, you ain't got no excuse. You can go in the description, get you 5% off on that ballot wallet, which I use $30 and have you a physical cold storage. You want to go up? You can go up to Legendary X, but you need to have it off an exchange. Period. But if not, hey, you gonna learn your lesson. Like I said, I can give my recommendation. If you give my recommendations on stocks, and we green as a bean. But let's get down to it.
Leary Ventures chairman Kevin O'Leary, of course, a Shark Tank star, reacting to legendary Oliver Stone's new documentary,
Bring that ball head in here, baby.
You have invested in a refinery. You are Team Oil. You announced back here on April on Fox Business that, of course, you've invested in plans to build this massive oil refinery here in the U.S. that you estimate will bring in how much money?
So the way I look at it, as sovereign wealth does, is there's trillions of dollars available for 11 to 15% returns. We're looking for infrastructure. We need 20, 30, 40-year returns on these big investments. You heard Oliver say this. You can't fill the gap with renewables. He's right. Everybody knows that. And what I really like about the presidential hopefuls that are coming on talking about policy is energy is at the top three. Energy security, energy sovereign, all of the things, independence, all these energy policy momentums are starting. That's good for me as an investor. Tesla. They're very good. So if I want to deploy, let's say, $2 billion in a new refinery, you can make them now, Liz, that are under 50,000 barrels a day and not exceed the EPA limits. So states like North Dakota, West Virginia, Oklahoma,
Leah's bro
down
just
in
lifted
Texas
up.
now.
She said,
these are places where sovereign wealth can come in. We can syndicate the debt, we get the equity, and we get 11 to 15% in almost perpetuity because America needs energy.
That's that big money. That's how I'm trying to come.
If I could get nuclear
so if I
power
wanted to say
permitted,
throw
which
$2
is
billion,
really hard, that would be a very good idea. But I say you need all of these sources. You need wind, you need solar, you need hydro, you need all of it. And I look at it and say, where can I take my capital and make 11 to 15%? It's in America, as long as I can get a permit. And so I'm very encouraged by his message.
Well, the very first nuclear power plant in 20 years.
EV sector also, like I said, especially with Tesla, got the $7,500 tax credit, which also is officially, it's already been that way, but now it's even further that gap of having the Tesla cheaper than buying a base model Camry. If you go off and you buying a car right now and you go and buy a Camry instead of buying a Tesla, hey, just financial advice, but you a fool. All right, continue.
Years here in the U.S. is coming online sometime this
How
month.
you like that?
In Georgia, we'll be watching for that, and we'll be watching for your refinery. Both are very hard to get permitted. I need to ask you about crypto because you had some exposure to FTX just yesterday, and in the past 20, well, now it would be 36 hours, the SEC has filed two major lawsuits, one against Binance and one against Coinbase. What do you think?
I've read all the charges. I've read both complaints. They are two different complaints. What's going on against Binance is those are really, really serious and alleged.
Guys, Binance is under real fire. CZ, hey, listen. I love the crypto space, but like I tell you, something about that China boy. Them boys will fluff it up. They'll fluff the hell out of it. But nonetheless, beautiful place to be for this bad boy down here that's sitting on top of all these charts. Watch that dog.
Mingling
I'm
of
telling you, I
consumer
can't
funds.
scream it.
Directly
If you
charging
ain't
the
doing
founder,
it, you need to do it.
Who's a an entrepreneur?
Go use that referral too. That helps the channel.
That's what
There ain't no
SEC is
reason you
claiming.
not have a cold storage for $30.
This Coinbase situation
I'm sorry.
is interesting for us domestically because they've been actually
Knew
at
his
war
head
with
was
each
just
other
too
for
round.
over 3 years. And I think what I've said as an institutional investor now is it's time to lay down the olive branches. It's clear now that the CEO of Coinbase, which has lost 70% of its market cap since the IPO, Gensler is razor clear about what he wants. He's basically saying, let's just take one asset that everybody knows. He's calling Bitcoin a security. He wants to regulate where you trade it like a broker-dealer exchange. And he has no flexibility. Now, one of two things should happen. If you're a shareholder or
This is what I mentioned with that interview where you can clearly see, guys, Gensler is one, and this is what's showing me how in danger the U.S. dollar is, as far as not of it collapsing and completely losing its value, but of there being another source to override the government, is the fact that these cryptocurrencies are actually becoming a real thing, decentralized or centralized. XRP is a threat. Bitcoin is a threat, but they can't beat Bitcoin. It's not going anywhere. So now he's trying to basically smother markets to make things specifically run through Bitcoin. That's still not going to work. All he's going to do is end up running that crypto market off into somewhere else.
a board member of Coinbase, I'd swap leadership. I'd get a new person to run it and go back into the staff and say, we got to work this out. Because the whole industry's been stymied for 3 years. We'll never get capital appreciation until an institution can invest. I've talked to sovereign wealth. I've talked to institutions in the last 48 hours. You know what they've said? This makes this asset class radioactive waste.
Yeah,
We are
exactly.
not going to touch this until this thing's resolved. So here's a company that could resolve it. They claim they're the leaders. Well, if the leader of that company, and I'm not, I'm not pulling any punches. If he was working for me, I'd fire him. I'd get somebody else.
You're talking about the head of Coinbase.
Yes, it's over. It's so over, it's almost getting boring. Gensler has told him countless times, no, 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 and no. And everybody hears it except him. So maybe what you do, and you thank him for his great work as a pioneer.
You're supposed to do that if you want something done in Washington.
Well, you take.
And guys, this is where I can't agree, because that destroys the fact of crypto. We're not going to turn crypto into another stock market. It ain't no. Crypto is happening outside of America. This isn't a question of this and that. Now, can they try to bully Coinbase out of America? Yeah, surely. But there's been plenty of companies that have done that. But there is not going to be a thing. It's either one, you allow there to be a way for you to regulate. All right, this is a secured crypto or not, but you're not going to say, hey, this is the only one we're going to take with 2,000 types of crypto. And of course, we know there's shit coins, there's utility coins, but you're not about to isolate things down to one coin. You're not about to centralize that. You're not about to centralize, oh, your Bitcoin's the one. No, not at $30,000 is not. No, absolutely not. You better run it back, Gensler. How about this? How about you regulate the stock market and then come over there? I mean, this is crazy.
Behind the barn and you make the swap. You get a new CEO at Coinbase to go back in there and say, let's make a deal. Because look at it this way.
I can't stand this man's face, man. I'm sorry. It's starting to get ugly.
You win.
Like a little rat.
Let's regulate this. Let's call it a security. You get $1 trillion worth of assets for an allocation of just 3% in sovereign wealth. You could open the spigots. You could really make this industry take off and own it domestically. But read the tea leaves, read the room, listen, read Gensler's lips. The answer is no, no, no. And you got to listen to that. You can't beat him.
So until that happens, where is a much easier win for yield for investors who are watching right now?
You can go to Canada, you can go to London, you can go to Zurich, you can go to Abu Dhabi. But most of us don't want to do that. I've moved all mine to Canada because it's close enough, and the OSC, the Ontario Securities Commission, granted a license to a company called BitBuy. It's now owned by WonderFi, a company I own a piece.
Just like I mentioned now, did you just hear how you can go anywhere else and do this? They're not about to make, don't get that mistaken like, oh, America's this going to stop. You're not about to stop crypto. That's fine. Just like he just said, he just, after all that talking, said, now I'm in there and I moved mine to, all right, that's just more money that we're going to suck out of the market, Gensler. That's not, there's no negotiating on this. And I hope that the guy at Coinbase can withstand this. Well, they've been doing this for years now. But fight the good fight. Because like I said, we're not about to do that. If you can't stop the fragrant fraud happening in the stock market, you're not about to come step into crypto and think that you're going to make it into something and y'all can't make this right. No, absolutely not.
And they are operating under legislation. Now, they're very restricted in what tokens they can actually put on the platform. And that's what Gensler's saying. I'll give you some. I'll approve them. I'll let you stake. But you've got to basically tell me that's interest, capital gains, capital losses.
Before we go, are you going to watch
now? And at that point, I can understand that portion right there. If the lean is saying, all right, obviously Ripple's got its own network, but that all ties back in anyways. You don't have a way to do that. You're saying if you well then put a set way for that to occur. And they will do that. And if they don't pass, of course, Pepe Coin ain't gonna make it into regulation. But that should be I should be able to buy that on an uncentralized stock exchange, a decentralized stock exchange, and be able to do whatever I want with that asset. Of course, you can have these as all right, boom, this has the blue verification, and that'll have institutional buying in it. But irregardless, you're not about to try to segment and segue it to be saying, all right, I'm going to be the chooser. No. You need to have a set reference to how we're going to do regulation of these cryptos, which this is going to come. All that tough talking, I guarantee that Gensler bows down to the force of crypto before crypto bows down to him. Just simply put. If the move is to say we want regulation, then set up that. But otherwise, bullying and shooting. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand what Binance doing is a whole nother thing. Binance is basically doing the same thing FTX is doing. And Sank FTX is crazy, but they're using the same amount of money to try to act like they're proven for all these different assets when they really only have, let's say, $1 million. This is just hypothetically speaking. $1 million, and they have 10 different types of asset classes. And when it's time to show that they have the money behind backing those assets, that they show that same money for each one of them, but they don't actually have that money. That's different. CZ need to go down for that. We're not trying to have that problem. We don't need no more FTXs. Go ahead, watch these out there. But as far as places like Coinbase, which are trying to regulate and do it right, XRP that are trying to do it right, set up a way for them to do that. Otherwise, what are you doing?
Nuclear now.
What are you doing? You need to have this same type of gun on people that, again, like we say, are making a billion synthetic shares on a 516 million share stock.
I know how to say that. Greed is good.
Yeah, but I love Charlie Sheen's dad and that. He says, you don't judge a man by his wallet. Here we go. We've got the Dow climbing just under 100 points as we hear the bells ring. Industrials and energy propelling the index.
Show them that
NASDAQ down more than 1%.
Show them that NASDAQ. Oh, that's crazy.
That is going to do it for the Clayman Countdown.
All right, great video, guys. But I like it. Oh, woo, baby. My Tesla snatching out the bando. Like I said, I've been making recommendations. You could have grabbed it in at 101, baby. But hey, you can sit in the sideline and miss the greatest generation wealth transfer if you want to. Here we are ticking up. We hit 248, back to 250. If we go back to reverse split, prior to reverse split, this would mean the Tesla stock would be at 1,000 per share. Guys, the tech sector is going to take care of your money, and especially that big head Elon Musk. That brother right there is going to take your money and make your money. Do you hear me? But nonetheless, Tesla, Nvidia, Apple, XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Who am I missing? Path. Rumble. Guys, there's multiple things that I know are going to be companies of the future. Skipping out his money, you would have been up, like we said, 100-something% on it. What is this? 10. What was down? Let me see here. What was that down at? 101. So 101. That'd have been 202 to be at 100%. We're at 248. That would have you talking about squeezes. Have your portfolio for your gambling none more than 10 to 20%. That's what your AMC, your swing trades momentum. Rest needs to go in, not financial advice, needs to go into a long-term portfolio where you're picking up these high price and power stocks, guys. These things are up here building. And like I said, they hold their frame. Look at this. They hold their frame. It's all about holding your frame. That's what I like to see. Hold your frame. You ain't, tech is snatching out the Bandisley. Nvidia's down. at a point where you probably should be picking up and buying, but it's still in that same trading range. 385. Hold your range. You ain't getting back to 350. I've been setting away for it. That's why I had to snatch it at what I bought it, 370, something 370. I picked some more up. Hey, the time is now, people. But nonetheless, let's tap down a little bit to our AMC. Same. Shortage is still sitting at 20.51. Days of cover sitting at 9.50 days of cover. But here's something interesting that I noticed yesterday, and I wanted to come through before I made a video to see. I was like, all right, I saw this. Yes, I said, all right. I don't want to make a video yet. I want to see how this continues to play out. That pop, boom. We had a pop-up candle bar move to 485. Snatch. Poof. All right, I was like, wait a minute, what the hell? I know everybody saw that. Go in the barcode. They come out and they hit the hell out the stock. Now notice, guys, remember now just before, hold up, let's see here. Just before we were at 56. Now we had that 62.5, a 65.6, a 65.9, and you're going to have a higher rate that's going to come out and report tomorrow, right? For today. Just correlating because you can see literally how bad they're having to fight these guys. They came out and tried to smother it at the beginning. I'm telling you, looking at the price move, you can tell that they're losing control of this thing. You're watching it. We're watching it pure off at the beginning. Now they're having to come off at the beginning of pre-market to smother it, and it's still snatching up, going into close. And it's still climbing, right? Look at the price move. I'm telling you, something's going on, guys. We're moving in that, like I said, we don't want to get too hyped, but obviously we're moving towards that mid-June thing. What they say, history doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. This is all an algo thing. This pressure has to be released. Sitting at 3,000 shares, they're blowing the boat. They were at 300, 400, 700 at one point, 800. They're blowing the boat. They were just at 100,000 shares yesterday. Or 90,000. There's 3,000 shares available to borrow. 100% utilization. Of course, as we know, they're sending all of this movement to dark pool. Something is tweaking on that, guys. Yeah, it don't take no brain size to see that something's snatching. Of course, we know, hey, we're not getting too hyped. We're going into a Friday. If we have a green Friday going that weekend, that Monday opens up, you're gonna start. You know, like I said, we don't want to talk any bad voodoo on it. But like I said, keep your eye on that. The way that they've been moving, like I said, we watched them last week where they had to dump the whole ass off to try to take the stock down. But here in Washington, where it's like there, put it down. We're shooting. These are the same type of moves we had previously before up on that initial run up. I'm telling y'all guys, I'm smelling something in that water. But nonetheless, reading over, just as a friendly reminder that you could be making your cash with Tesla. All right. Tesla moves 4.5, 58% to close, 234 of course. This is prior to where it's ran up an additional 5% now. That was at 117% before. But obviously we're at going to 248 now, right? Here are the top 5 reasons Tesla is slaughtering any hater, doubter, fuckboy that continues to bet against the most innovative company in the world. And again, like I said, guys, I made a video why you should invest in Tesla. Y'all go check it out. That right there will inspire you to be like, oh, yeah, actually, yeah. Go check that out. I have it up on our playlist. I think the playlist is, I forgot what the playlist is. Y'all go look up the playlist. Y'all will see it. Like companies that you should invest or why you should invest. But double checking there. The Model 3. All variants of the Model 3 now qualify for the $7,500 EV tax credit, making it cheaper than the Toyota Camry. This is the first time an EV car upfront cost is par, in fact, cheaper than an affordable ICE vehicle. Again, one of the cheapest vehicles to purchase right now, and you're getting to the Tesla game. And of course, remember, you can get that subscription and upgrade to full autonomy, or you can get the upgraded advanced driver assist. But all that can be bought afterwards. This thing is just genius how you could buy a subscription for a car. I mean, good God. New Twitter CEO. Test step back. Linda Yaccarino, I don't know how to say his name, at the helm of Twitter. Elon confirmed 2023. Tesla shared. Of course, Elon still finger puppeting over that. And this guy's going to be similar to his past. But you're seeing with Twitter, Tucker Cross on it. Twitter's opened up the expanse of being an open world base how it should be and not being censored down. I'm in love with it. Meeting that he will now have more time to focus on Tesla. Tesla investor risk appetite increases as Elon Musk. That right there. Tesla fanboys just getting piped up. Advertising. The first time in Tesla history, the company will be advertising, officially preaching to people outside its choir. This expands the TAM, and people will be informed on why Tesla is best vehicle on earth. Guys, about to start seeing. Notice now, all this that's been happening with Tesla prices has just been its internal people and us, fanboys, investors. When they start showing it on the screen to ham and eggers, oh, I need to get a Tesla. I didn't know it was cheap for the Camry. Boom. Price. I mean, guys, money. What's Miss Kraft saying? Money. New products. The best product that Tesla has ever created coming in Q3. The Cybertruck. Guys, I'm setting up my investments. I'm sacrificing. I'm putting my money in because I'm going to be driving around in one of them tanks. I'm going to be driving around in one of them tanks, denting people's cars accidentally. Hey, listen, I'm here with it. And we'll be walking, a walking, talking machine. People think the addressable market is limited to pickup trucks in the U.S., but it's actually for anyone in the world that wants to be the toughest, baddest truck. Wants the toughest, baddest truck on earth. On top of this, Elon confirmed 2 new products will be coming that would have the potential to do $5 million a year, increasing global footprint of Tesla. Guys, don't forget that Cybertruck has indestructible metal on. Y'all need to go check out a review of that. Doozy. Expansion. Elon is flying around the world to meet key representatives, secure supply chains, expands gigafactories, and builds important partnerships, expand the mission. Tesla continues to expand, and the mission of Tesla remains intact, guys. They just started that gigafactory in Mexico, where the average cost to pay people down there was like $1 or something. He's gonna be able to pay people $5. And you're like, oh, but he's paying them more than what the average cost is. So he's actually bringing up the economy, but you're getting cheaper labor as well while doing it, while producing money. I mean, this guy is a genius, a monster with it. And of course, he says it's never easy being a long-term Tesla investor. Yes, it is. But I know in the long run, it will be worth it. Stay long, strong, hard, and grounded. Tesla investors. Come on, everybody. All right. And just to finish this off, guys, this was interesting to me. I said, what in the heck? I find something new every day. This is just insane. I knew that we had the AMC coin, right? But check this out. Binance US will remove select trading pairs and has pursued OTC trading. Binance under fire. They pulling that bike. After careful consideration, Binance US will remove select advanced trading pairs. Guys, now, mind you, where we're like, there's no shares available. These people are trading shares of AMC over the crypto exchange everywhere. We had the Brazilian shares that popped up. All that's occurred, and here's the proof of it. We have also decided to streamline our buy and sell. I bet you did, because GG about to put a foot in that earth. And have paused our OTC trading portal. Your assets remain safe, secured with Binance, and deposit withdrawal will continue to function as normal. Not your keys, not your crypto. Y'all want to play with these exchanges? Oh, Binance, you better take it off. Click that description. Stop playing around. Stop playing with your money. But guys, right here, Ape USD Tether is one of the things that's going to stop trading, right? Which again would explain what the hell? I didn't even know it was up there. Look at this. You got to be kidding me. Gary Gensler. GG. I mean, what the barcode stalled. It's done. Pausing. Guys, this thing is so big. We already knew how big this play was, but it's just crazy that here we are still 2.5 years going on 3 years, still unraveling nonsense as they continue to have to cheat because they've gotten their brains stomped out. Something's going on. Something's cooking. I'm telling you. You can tell by the price movement. Something's cooking. That steam wall they had to do before to barrel us down. Something's cooking. We're on a slow up trend every single day, and it should have. And it's spiking up each day. pre-market. Now they pushed it down. It's blowing up right after hours. Now they're having to blow through pre-market for it to still raise up going into close, and we're still coming back to what they pushed it down to. Guys, listen. We're at 470, slowly climbing. Hold your panties on. Don't get them in a bunch. Hold your head on. I told y'all at the beginning of the week it's finna get insane. I don't just be putting them out. Y'all be looking out for those on those either Saturdays or Sundays where I put out those pre-week prep videos. I'm telling you what's gonna be coming from what I'm noticing. Hey, you know what we're doing over here. We're making that money. I'm ready to close this chapter because, like I said, we got a lot of money to be made. Guys, start tapping in this tech. I want everybody to be there as we're making these moves so y'all will catch this money and these gains at the same time. We're building our portfolios together, guys. Much love to y'all boys. Y'all know I love y'all to death, guys. Hey, what is it? We the money mafia over here, guys. Hey, we're making this cash. We're making this stash so we can have a couple thoughts on the yacht and they can shake that mash. You know, hey, we're trying to keep it a little bit PG as much as we can. But listen, y'all know what's next, don't you? Yeah, I'm about to get some Burger King. Yes, sir!